You know you should be growing your email list, but every time you sit down to actually do something about it, you feel stuck. What do I offer? Where do I promote it? Do I need another complicated funnel? It starts to feel like just another thing on your already overflowing to do list. But what if growing your list didn't have to be so hard or overwhelming? What if it could feel aligned, intentional, and even simple? In this episode, I'm going to walk you through how to grow your email list with ease by focusing on connection, not just conversion. I'll take you through each stage of the client journey from attracting the right people to nurturing them in a way that naturally leads to sales.
Welcome to the Powerful Content Podcast, your go-to source for content creation, strategy, and business inspiration. I'm your host, Mel Daniels, content strategist, coach, and speaker, empowering women across the globe to grow their business with powerful content that connects, nurtures, and converts. So, if you're ready to create standout content that gets you noticed and remembered, or build an aligned audience who love you and are ready to buy from you, you're in the right place. I believe that content has the power to connect us all. It's up to you how you use it. Listen in for genuine and insightful chats with guests, as well as practical tools and strategies from me. It's so lovely to have you here. Let's dive into the show. I acknowledge the Wongal people of the Eora Nation as the traditional custodians of the country that I am recording from today. I recognise their continuing connection to the land and waters. I pay my respects to elders past and present and extend that respect to all First Nation people listening today. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to episode 162 of the Powerful Content Podcast. Thank you so much for joining me today. I had my birthday this week, the big 50. I can't even believe it myself. And whilst I'm caught up in all of the celebrating this week, it's also been a time of real reflection and gratitude. And I'm really looking forward to sharing some of these insights with you on a podcast episode soon. But for now, today, here, we're visiting a topic that can kind of get me a little bit ranty sometimes. So hopefully, I won't go there too much today, but it's about building your email list. Now, this is one of those content marketing shoulds that get thrown at us, and there's so much pressure to have so many people on your email list, to a massive, great amounts of people that you wear proudly as a badge. But email growth, for me, is not just about the numbers. It's about meaningful relationships and aligned opportunities. And I can hear you saying already, Mel, but you can't form relationships with 100, with 1,000, with 10,000 people, however many people are on your list. But I say you can. It's possible to be the leader of a community that leads by example and gives with heart. So that's the first myth I'm going to bust today, that it's not just about the numbers. The second myth is that you need a massive list in order to be successful and sell anything. So not true. You just need the right people. And this all starts with a perfect lead magnet, which we're going to talk about in a moment. No matter how good your sales pages are, your email sequences, your copy, your subject lines, if you haven't got the right people for you and your offers on your list, you're never going to convert. So more people does not equal more success. It's really about quality over quantity in my eyes when it comes to your email list. And lastly, there is really no perfect conversion formula. And this goes for any part of your content marketing, really. But the only way to convert is to be uniquely you. Communicate what you bring to the table in a way that your ideal client understands and follow through with service from your heart. Now, when we look at building our email list from the client journey perspective, rather than the traditional marketing funnel where we are attracting all the people and pushing and shoving them and trying to make them fit our service so they'll buy it, when we stop looking at it this way and instead look at the client journey where we connect. Now, this is a place where our ideal client can really get to know us, who we are as a person, what we stand for, what our values are, and communicate that in a way that really attracts the right people and aligned people to your world. The next stage is subscribe.
where we get them onto our email list. You can also get people to subscribe to a podcast like this or YouTube channel, but ideally we would love people to subscribe to our email list because that is a marketing channel that we own. Then we move into nurture, and this is a real opportunity for you to provide extra value and really showcase how you can create a new life, a better life, a different life for your ideal clients. And then that last stage is convert, where they go from not knowing anything about you all the way through to becoming that raving, paying fan. So when we look at our email list growth through the eyes of the client journey, we begin to take that pressure off already because we're looking at email growth as purposeful rather than full of pressure of getting it right, of making it all perfect and trying to attract everyone. So as we go through the episode today, I want you to firstly reframe email list growth from a should to an opportunity to serve the right people. And secondly, really think about, who do you actually want on your email list? How can you make sure that your subscribers align with who you are and how you love to serve? Now, the power of using the client journey for our content marketing is all in the intentionality of it. Every single subscriber, every person that we come in contact with is a human, not just a number. So when we're thinking about that connect phase, the first step isn't about growing your email list. It's actually about connecting with the right people first. How do people find you? How do they learn more about you and what you stand for? How are you attracting the right people into your world? So many questions, I know. But when you think about this intentionally, rather than praying and spraying and hope that the right people will find your free resource and then sign up, you're going to have far more success. It's about understanding the where and the how you're connecting. The where is, where are your ideal clients already hanging out? How can you meet them there in a way that feels easy for you as well? And the how is, how are you going to go about connecting? It's important to think about what your strengths are. So you may think about aligned podcast guesting, collaborations, engaging in the right communities, not just promoting, but actually engaging, creating shareable, consistent, and valuable content. So once people have had an opportunity to get to know you and identify with the problems that you solve in this connect phase, then that's when they're more likely to take the next step, which is to subscribe. Now, the biggest mistake I see in this phase is people not making their lead magnet feel like a natural next step rather than just some random freebie that they've put together. And then not making their offer feel like the natural next step after the lead magnet. So there's three things that I believe every lead magnet should do. And that is firstly, solve a problem. Solve a problem that your ideal client has and create momentum for the next step, not just another free resource. The second thing is that it needs to logically lead to your service. And lastly, it needs to be super actionable. Think in under 30 minutes. So some examples here might be a simple worksheet, a quiz like my content creator archetype quiz, which actually takes less than 4 minutes to complete. Super easy for my ideal client to do. Or a simple resource that gives them an aha moment and really encourages them into action. If I know you though, and I think that I do know you, I know that you will want to give your ideal client everything because you think that is going to help them. But this can actually be overwhelming for them. And trust me when I say start small, and you'll see the momentum that it creates for both them and yourself. And the last thing I probably want to say about creating your lead magnet is that don't worry about getting it perfect. Please don't worry about getting it perfect. If you create something and it's not getting traction or you don't love it, then you can always change it up. And that is the beauty of starting with something simple yet effective. So now that you've got your lead magnet, how do you get it in front of the right people? Well, if you're willing to pay for it, then obviously meta ads are always an option. But for me, I'm still growing my list for free. So I've personally seen the most aligned growth from guest speaking, whether it's podcasts or video interviews or in-person events. It's really the easiest and most effective way to find the right people for you. But I've also seen the greatest growth in numbers when participating in bundles. I'm going to be honest here, I was a little bit wary about doing bundles as I really wondered whether if it would become quantity over quality because you're giving us something away for free. But I can honestly say that with the growth in my email list, my open rates remained stable, which indicated to me that the new people coming into my world were proportionately interested in my emails as my existing subscribers. So the trick here is to find the right bundles, the right opportunities. And if you're listening to this in real time in April 2025, then you can go and check out the content that converts bundle, where I've actually just released my brand new course, Aligned and Selling. So you can grab that for free. And also the Simple Marketing Bundle, which is coming up soon, where I'm releasing another brand new course, the Confident Content Creator. So both of these links are in the show notes. But other ways to organically encourage new subscribers is to weave the call to action into any other piece of content you create. Like I've already done in this podcast episode, I've mentioned my quiz, plus the bundles where you can get some resources for free and join my list. You can also mention it specifically in your social media posts. You can promote them in Facebook groups. You could do a swap with someone and promote each other's lead magnets. There's just so many different ways. So, to round off this subscribe stage of the client journey and growing your list, remember to firstly create something that's simple that will result in momentum for both you and your ideal client. Secondly, make sure you promote it. It's not a create it and they will come kind of scenario here. You need to tell the world about it. And lastly, go with your strengths when both creating it and promoting it. Oh, and my top efficiency tip here is I use my favorite platform in the whole wide world, Kajabi, to make it easy peasy. You can create opt in pages so quickly, which is great for busting procrastination. Plus, you can create the emails you use to deliver your lead magnet in literally minutes. So, let's move on to nurture and creating an email experience that really feels good for you and your ideal client. So many people think of an email list as one way, this mass broadcasting marketing channel, and in some respects, it really is. But I love to think of my list and the people on my list as a community. It's a group of beautiful individuals, all of whom are unique but similar in some way. So, nurturing your list is once again not about the fancy schmancy trickery on how to shove your ideal client more quickly through a funnel so they'll purchase. The welcome strategy is about making them feel seen straight away. It's a balance between providing value and making your offer. It's about learning how to integrate your offers without feeling like you're constantly pitching to them. And I really think that a simple email strategy that doesn't feel overwhelming but successfully nurtures your list is one where, firstly, the welcome sequence sets the tone with a human and is an engaging email series. And if you've been through a welcome sequence of mine recently, there's an invitation in one of those emails to reply. And I guarantee that it's me that responds. So that's kind of a fun thing to do. The second thing is the regular emails. These need to deliver value and items of interest at a frequency that feels good for you. Notice I said you here and not some expert opinion. If it feels good to email once a month, then do so. If it's twice a week, then go for it. It's really, truly up to you. And lastly, a good nurturing email strategy will provide that balance between value and selling. And this is really about integrating your offers seamlessly without feeling salesy. And it's not going to ever feel salesy for you or your subscriber if you're maintaining that thoughtful balance between value and sales. So, once again, my amazing email marketing platform, Kajabi, allows me to set up automated email sequences to nurture subscribers quickly and easily, whether it's off the back of a free event or workshop, or even if it's my quiz. Now, the last stage of the client journey is convert. And this is where you turn your subscribers into clients. Now, there is a severe misconception here that if you can nail what's known as conversion copy, then it's easy to convert clients. So people tend to chase that conversion formula. But the thing is, you don't need to hard sell if you've connected. You've got people to subscribe. and you've nurtured well, then conversion just becomes almost like a natural progression. I also find that conversion from your email list isn't just about the copy of your emails, it's about looking for other signals that someone is ready to buy and then perhaps reaching out to them and possibly even individually. So, things that I love to look out for are overall engagement, clicking links, replying to my emails. And I find this really, really easy to track in Kajabi. So don't just think of conversion as your email doing the work. You may have to put in a little bit of work as well. Now, I know so many experts out there say that you need to include a call to action in every email, and I totally agree, but I don't believe it always needs to be a call to action to buy an offer. Not every single email needs to sell, but every email should offer some sort of next step. You could get your subscribers to reply to a question. You could get them to check out a podcast episode, join a workshop, or explore an offer more deeply. There's so many easy ways to broaden your content ecosystem and encourage more touch points with your subscriber. So, as you can see, when you change your perspective to a client journey approach when it comes to email list growth, rather than transactions and numbers in a traditional content marketing funnel sense, then you're going to feel far more aligned and attract the right people rather than all of the people. Now, as I always do at the end of every episode, I want to provide you with a few questions that you can reflect on either now or jot them down to journal on them later to uncover your best path forward. So the first question is, what kind of relationship do you want to build with your email list? The second question is, how do I want my subscribers to feel when they receive an email from me? And lastly, what is one small intentional step that I can take this week to grow my email list in a way that feels aligned? And don't forget, you can always check out the transcript to this episode if you need those 3 questions in the future. So that about covers it for today's episode. By now, you'll be able to see that email list growth is important, but there's more than one way to do it. And the right way, well, that is simply your way. And I'm going to leave you with this one thought, that growing your list is about depth, not just numbers. Talk soon.
Thanks so much for listening. That's it for another week. To get more powerful content in your life, make sure you're following along on socials. My handle is @meldbusiness. And just in case you're wondering, the groovy music for this podcast was created by Just Here on SoundCloud. I'd also be super grateful if you took a moment to rate and review this podcast so more amazing women like you can experience the power of content. And if you're like, hell Mel, stop talking, I'm ready to work with you now, here's how we can work some powerful content magic together. Firstly, come and join the Content Effect, my membership inspiring women with service-based businesses to ditch the content chaos and start creating stand-out content that gets you noticed and makes sales. You can join us by using the link in the show notes or just Google the Content Effect. The second way we can work together is via my one-on-one packages. We can create a sustainable content strategy or start to build out your client journey. It's up to you. Pop on over to meldbusinessservices.com.au/services to find out more. Until next time, have a beautiful week and embrace the power of your content.